What's up, y'all? This is my October reading vlog, and we're starting it off strong with The Honeys by Liselle. I have not read Reverie. It's on my shelf. I have not read Bedazzled, but let me tell you something. This was worth it. Something that I really loved about this book is the way that Liselle atmospherically made everything creepy. Some people are really good at dialogue. Some people are really good at atmosphere. Some people are really good at sentence structure. Manansala is great at all of that. The Honeys is a YA horror thriller mystery. I'm not sure the exact difference between thriller and mystery, but it's definitely YA horror. Follows main character Mars, who is a gender fluid, non-conforming kid, and they just lost their sister. So Mars decides that they are gonna go back to the summer camp that they got kicked out of before, but their sister continued going to, and she really seemed to love it. And they've just been confused this whole time as to like what's actually going on there. So Mars decides to go investigate. Let me tell you something. This book, I was reading it and listening to it, and I listened to it for one whole day. Managed to get through the whole entire story. I was listening to it while doing dishes, cleaning my apartment, when I had a free time from the visitors that came over that weekend. I was in it, and it was good. It was all worth it. By the end, I was screaming. The few tweets, I didn't do a live tweet thread, but the few tweets I did do, screaming the entire time, baby. So I gave this a solid 5 stars. You know that I don't usually do stars anymore, but if I had to just to get you to read it, 5 stars. This is probably one of my favorite horrors at this point. This actually made me very, very scared. I was terrified. I do believe this might be getting a sequel. I'm not really sure. Either way, this was a fantastic, fantastic first read of October. I am now listening to Weight of Blood by Tiffany D. Jackson, and it's already creepy. I don't know if I'm scared of that book as much as I am pissed the fuck off. So if you've read Weight of Blood, you know that a huge part of it is talking about passing, talking about the legacy of this very racist place down in Georgia. This stuff is real, by the way. That's why I think that my fear has been stolen by the rage I feel when I remember that these places still exist. And I live in Virginia. We ain't no better. Farmville was like the last place to desegregate. And I do put that in quotes because did it really? Did any of these places really, without being forced to? So I'm in the middle of that right now. I don't actually, maybe I'm not even in the middle, but I just got past the scene where her dad shoves her in a closet with a bunch of pictures of white women, and she just prays that she stops being what she is and starts being that. Anyway, I'm so mad. Every time I start listening to it again, I'm so mad. But I'm gonna make it through, and I'm gonna report back. Listen, I really don't even know what to say about this book, The Weight of Blood. Everybody getting dragged. I just got done with chapter 14, or I'm in the middle of chapter 14. I'm listening on audiobook from Scribd. Scribd, if you want to sponsor your girl. Yeah, so they just talked to Callie, who is Kenny's younger sister, and she's really like about black rights and protecting black people, and this school is fucking racist, so let's do something about it. And finally Kenny's like, you wouldn't have protected her because she doesn't fit your definition of black. You wouldn't have protected her. You wouldn't have reached out because she's not black enough for you. She's not black in the way you want her to be. And while, again, Callie has this beautiful monologue about how the main character has the ability and the privilege of being light-skinned, but in that, Callie straight up ostracized her even more. I really had to stop and think because I've been mad. Ooh, I've been listening to this audiobook with my fists clenched for 14 chapters, okay? 14. I've never been sustainably mad at a book like this one, okay? I don't even know what to say about it. Yeah, so a lot of this book has been just Tiffany D. Jackson dragging the hell out of white people, out of black people. I've not heard mention of any other people of color. I think this is one of those towns where it's like primarily white and black, and there's like a smattering of other cultures and races there. But for the most part, it's white and black. And then she's dragging everybody, okay? I love it. I love it. But I'm mad. I'm so mad. Like, I think that I want to cry, but I also want to like go punch something. I don't know. Good morning, everybody. I don't know why I'm all cheery because it's been a morning, but I finished The Weight of Blood by Tiffany D. Jackson, and all I can really say is that I really need a moment to collect my thoughts with this book. There's a lot going on, and all of it's fantastic, but like Ooh, it is a rough ride. It is a tough book. It is a rough ride. It is full of twisties and turnies, but it's all very like it's gritty. Like when people are like, this is gritty, this is real, this is dirty. Well, anyway, it centers around a main character who essentially was homeschooled and then was forced to be in public education. Her dad has been trying to make it so she passes this whole time. She's very light-skinned, she's very fair, and he's been hot combing her hair so that no one knows. She's been very like afraid of water because of it. What can I say? So the whole school thought she was a white girl. She did receive some questions early in life, but she always said no, she wasn't black. And then finally it happened. It rained unexpectedly and the hair goes poof. You know how it is. So her entire class finds out, you know, her deepest, darkest secret. I'd say that unironically. Story goes on from there. It is gory. It is very gory. It is very messy. It is very teenagers, bullying teenagers. It's very adults not taking bullying seriously, especially racist adults. It's there's like a smidge of police brutality, so please be aware of that. And please do understand that the very prominent and very overt undercurrent, if you will, of this book is racism, and there's no way to avoid that. If you're someone who is very sensitive about it, I really don't know what to tell you. Maybe don't pick up the book, but at the same time, this is a splendid, fantastic, stupendous, outstanding horror novel. It is, I was tense the whole way through. I don't know what else you're looking for in a horror novel besides that tension and besides that heart-pounding, like, waiting, that patience, that there was absolutely no downtime in this book for me. There was not a single point. There's maybe one in like chapter, I want to say 15, 16, where I was like, okay, I can take a breath. Everything else in this book ramped. Good morning. Good morning. Once again was awoken by the unscheduled and unannounced maintenance people. Yesterday they were scheduled between 8:30 and 5, but they weren't supposed to come back till next week. But they came this morning, like unscheduled, unannounced. I didn't let them in. This is not to say that they're creepy or whatever. I think they're both, you know, nice guys. But like, what are you doing? And I had to like, I thought something was wrong. I thought someone was like breaking into my apartment. Anyway, so they didn't come in. They're gonna have to schedule a time to come in because I have to move my computer and stuff. But anyway, I did not finish the book I was reading, the little smutty light read, but I will say it's doing its job. It's very light. I don't have to think too hard about the book, right? And this is why I kind of don't do stars anymore, because if I rated this book, it's very like easy. It's an easy read, but I wouldn't be like, oh, this is my favorite book. So what would I rate it as? 3 stars? But then people are going to look at 3 stars and be like, oh, it's bad. But 3 stars isn't bad if you think about a 5-star scale. Anyway, that's not the point of this video. What I'm trying to say is I would recommend it if you don't want to read something that you necessarily have to think too hard about. It's very lighthearted. It's about this like kind of mousy bookstore owner who one day there's like an old creepy guy rummaging through a bookshop. She's like, get out. And then the next day some naked man's in her shop. She's like, oh my God. Anyway, it turns out he's a vampire, and then the story goes off from there. Once again, like I said, you don't have to think very hard. You can just enjoy the story for what it is. I'm going to say this about any indie book I read. Someone's going to say it about my book one day when it comes out. It needed another look through. There are just some like weird things that are wrong, like iron rot instead of wrought iron. There are some places where the dialogue like feels like it came from a different scene and no one quite corrected it. But overall, like I said, you don't have to think too hard. It's a fun, sexy little romance book. Fun stuff. Welcome to the reading vlog for Blackmail and Bibinka by Mila P. Manansala. We're back! I'm also listening to Blood Like Fate on Scribd. You know, if you want to sponsor your girl, just send a little tappy tap email. Get it? So I'm going to eat and I'm going to listen to more Blood Like Fate and then probably read Blackmail and Bibinka after I'm done eating. But I don't like to eat while I have a book in my hands. It could mess up the book. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, here we go. I don't know which platform I put this on. I don't think I did a full vlog for Blood Like Magic. But Blood Like Magic made me so mad because Voya was like, oh my god, I can't make a decision, I can't make a decision. Then she makes all the wrong decisions, all right? All of them were wrong, none of them were correct. They made me so mad. If you haven't read it already, here's a spoiler. Voya thinks she's gonna fail getting her magic, and her whole family thinks she's gonna fail. Turns out she's the next matriarch. I was so mad at Voya. I was so mad at Voya. So the reason I knew that I was gonna read the sequel because I was like, there's no fucking, be fucking for real. Voya, girl, what are we gonna do? So they've kind of established that case art is still hates her, obviously. Voya's still like, oh my god, how am I supposed to measure up as matriarch? Girl, just do it. Own that shit. Your grandma would want you to step into your matriarchal realness and get it done, okay? Oh my god, I just forgot about my chicken nugs. Yes, I'm eating chicken nuggets for dinner. I'm an adult. I pay taxes. Hi friends. So I finished Blood Like Fate today while I was running errands. Yay me. I'm gonna say that it's something I think I'm gonna be recommending this duology with no caveats. I mean, no, there's one caveat. I would say that Voya is a really annoying character to read at some points, but I do think the journey is worth it with her because ultimately this is asking the question, am I worthy of taking over my grandma's place? And in the end, you know, she finds it within herself to say, yeah, because I'm going to take care of this family, because I'm going to do this because I love these people. And I think that's a really beautiful journey. But I am always going to tell people, ooh, you going to be mad. You going to be real mad. And I'm a little low energy today. But I definitely would recommend this duology. I think Liselle Sambury is such a good writer. Like, I think not just because these are all things that I love. Obviously, there's a large ancestral, very voodoo foundation for this book. Plus the light sci-fi, plus the fantasy, plus the family saga elements. This book is something that I love because I essentially wrote it for my book. What is the light sci-fi and such and Canadian stuff? But really, no, those elements are in my book because I love them. So to read them in someone else's book and see the care and the love that was put into it, amazing. I loved it. I really would recommend this book to whoever likes a good story. Let's get it. Hi friends and good morning. I did finish Blood Like Fate yesterday, and I do think that I'm gonna be moving Blackmail and Bibinka to its own separate vlog. So if you were expecting more of that in this vlog, I am putting it in its own vlog. It just felt right since I did its own vlog for the second book, Homicide and Holla. Yes, that is the second book. Wow, what an odd conversation I just had with myself. So today, I might super dive into Blackmail and Bibinka, or I might take a break day and focus on my own writing. Because to be honest with you, I have not been meeting my writing goals at all. I'm also bouncing between like 5 different projects. So yeah, if it seems like I can't focus on one spot right now, one, I haven't had my coffee, and 2, I don't have my glasses on. So if you see my lazy eye wandering, I'm not gonna apologize for it. Like, you can hear the construction outside, right? So listen, they're at the stage where they're like super level to my window. So I pop open the blinds every day. I sleep batass naked, if you will. Free as a bird, as the day I was born. So the first day, I didn't know that they were up to this level. And you know, I should have known, I guess, by how loud it freaking got. It's been loud the whole time, but it was like extra loud that morning. Flung open my window, and there I was, presenting a bunch of construction workers with my breasts. Honestly, good for them. They're fantastic, but that was not my intention for the morning. Oh my god, it's like the end of the month. I got strep throat. I got strep. That's awful. So where's the update? So I just started the Hacienda. Super great. I did no reading while I was sick, and I've been down and out. I had no voice. BB, I don't know what's happening to this vlog at this point. The month got away from me. Spooky month turned into hell. Fitting, I guess. Because to be real with you, I don't know what sin I was answering for, but it had to be a big one. So whoever I wronged, I'm sorry. Unless you deserved it, in which case I'm not sorry. But if you didn't, I'm sorry. Hi, it's like October 29th. When was my last update? Who knows? The last time we spoke, I was reading Battery dying. So last time we checked in, maybe I was reading the Genesis Wars and I was listening to it on script. You know what I'm gonna say. This is the sequel to The Infinity Chords. It was fun. This one is way more action, like physical action, and our main character playing with her powers. It is an interesting conclusion, if it is a conclusion. I think this is supposed to be a duology. I always hate saying this. I did like the first one better, but the thing is, second books are fucking hard, so I totally get it. I would still recommend you read them both together, just so you know what happens with everything. I'm not in the headspace to recount everything that happened, but I will say that getting to know all the powers a little bit more, very interesting. I loved the, can you call it magic if it's all based in tech? Whatever. It's really cool. It's really innovative and I really loved it. Also, you know I love animal companions. There's a huge segment of this book that deals with animal companions, and there's a little, there's a little romance. I love a little romance. All in all, liked these both a lot. Well done, Akemi Bowmen. So before I keep going, there are going to be a couple of books that I moved to November and or their own reading vlogs. Blackmail and Bibinka. You guys know about that one. I think I mentioned it earlier in this vlog. Isn't my thing crooked? How do I even function? Okay. Another one, so something I'm going to be reading in November, The Golden Enclaves, which is the third book in the Deadly, the Scholomance trilogy, is that what it's called? Deadly Education series, whichever one you want to call it. Another book that I'll be reading, and I started it this month, but I'm going to wait and really like dive in November. Babel, we love this. We love R.F. Kuang. I also think that I want to go ahead and finish the Poppy War series in November as well, so it'll just be like probably mostly R.F. Kuang all month. And then finally, again, a book I started this month, but I probably won't finish until next month, is The Hacienda by Isabel Cañas. Now, I wanted to finish this, but it is the 29th and I got sick. Yo, I have like super strep throat. And this isn't weird for me. I do tend to get strep throat at least once a year, but this is my second time this year since moving. So either the city of Richmond is trying to, the city we became me out of the city, or something is definitely wrong with me. So we're gonna find out. Okay, I'll see you in the next update. Bye! I just gotta say really quickly, I also read A Bump in Boo Hale by Kimberly Lemming. Kimberly Lemming is also the I was about to say artist. Kimberly Lemming is also the author who wrote That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon, and also The Time I Yeeted a Love Potion at a Werewolf. Also Mistletoe. This is a second novella in the Meads and Mishap world. Kimberly Lemming is an author who I just adore. I freaking adore her, but also I'm her arch nemesis. It's a great honor and I have to keep her on her toes. I feel like our rivalry is very one-sided right now, but just wait till I start dropping books and I have to force her to live in my world and enjoy herself. She'll hate it. She'll love it. So I just wanted to really quickly jump in and talk about that. But then I realized that I can't really talk about A Bump in Boo Hale without talking about That Time I Got Drunk, Saved the Demon, That Time I Yeeted a Love Potion at a Werewolf, and also Mistletoe. They're all in the same world. They all happen after the same event that happens in the first book. So what I want you guys to do, listen, is go buy That Time I Got Drunk and Saved the Demon. It is a high fantasy, lots of schmeggsy time sort of novel. It's also pretty short, to be honest with you. Okay, so yes, that is it. That is my October. That is my October. So while it started off really strong, I did get really sick at the end there. I wanted to do so much, like aesthetic wise. I wanted to take you guys with me on like haunted ride. I don't know, figure it out for November. I think I'll start another one of these for November. Anyway, so November is NaNoWriMo month. I will be participating with my two most frequent writing partners. Yeah. Alright, let me throw it back over to that last clip and get you guys out of here. Bye! Hey y'all, welcome to what I believe will be the end of the vlog. What an interestingly unhinged October I've had. Just to reiterate, there are books that I started this month that I will finish and have vlogs for in November. I think that I've really found my my re-spark for creating content surrounding books and writing, and I am also bringing some new stuff to the channel, so hopefully you like that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!